I have 3 holiday recipes for you today, and all it's going to take is 1 bag of cranberries. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Healthy Her Midlife. Today, we're back in my kitchen, and we are going to do 3 recipes, all having to do with cranberries. It's the holiday season, and I know you're looking for quick, easy, delicious recipes that you can either serve at your traditional family Thanksgiving meal or bring to a Friendsgiving or a work potluck. Today, I'm going to show you 3 recipes having to do with cranberries, and they are all very easy and very delicious, and a little bit of a twist too. So the first one is the traditional cranberry sauce. Do not waste your time and money buying a can of disgusting cranberry sauce. I was just at my local Trader Joe's last night, and they have their canned, or actually, is it a jar? I think it's a jarred cranberry sauce out, and it has loads of sugar in it. And I looked at the nutrition label on that jar, and a serving of their cranberry sauce has 90 calories and also 20 grams of added sugar. My recipe has far less calories and far less sugar, almost half, like 12 grams of sugar instead of the 20. So I'm going to show you that one today. And then I'm going to show you a twist on hummus, a cranberry hummus. And finally, I will show you my last recipe, which is actually a morning after smoothie. And all of my recipes will be on the website at healthyhermidlife.com. All of these recipes are in the Cranberry Cheer ebook download that you can get on healthyhermidlife.com. It not only has these 3 recipes, but also 3 additional ones. I think I have a total of 6 recipes in here, as well as information about why cranberries are just so healthy. They're full of antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds, and as well as tips on how to store cranberries and how ways to pair cranberries with other foods. So head over to healthyhermidlife.com/cranberry and download your own free copy of this cookbook. Let's start. Okay, so we are starting on the cranberry sauce recipe. This is actually on page 2. It's called Classic Cranberry Bliss Sauce. And it's so blissful because it has no refined sugar. We're using maple syrup in this recipe. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to add 1 cup of orange juice and a half of cup of maple syrup. And we're just going to stir that to combine. Now the recipe also calls for orange zest, and I don't have any oranges, so pretend I put that in there. Okay, so that's mixed up. So now I'm going to just add my whole bag of fresh cranberries, but I did take out, reserve a half a cup of fresh cranberries for the hummus. So this is a full bag of cranberries minus a half a cup. But the recipe calls for a full bag of cranberries. And all you're going to do is you're just going to keep stirring and cooking this until the cranberries have cooked. My heat is about medium, and this is going to take about 10 minutes. The great thing about cranberries is they are full of a compound called polyphenols, and those help reduce your oxidative stress. And it also helps reduce chronic inflammation. And really, medical experts are saying these days that really the source of all disease that we are conflicted with in our modern world, it all stems from inflammation. So the more that you can do to reduce the inflammation in your body, the healthier you're going to be and the more longevity you're going to have. Wouldn't that be a great Thanksgiving table gift? Increased longevity and reduced inflammation. And us women know that cranberry juice is always recommended for UTIs, urinary tract infections. And have you ever wondered why cranberries are so good for that type of affliction? It is because the compounds in the cranberries actually stick to the walls of your urinary tract, and it prevents bacteria from sticking to the walls of your urinary tract. So that is how it helps prevent and fight off urinary tract infections. And the last great thing about cranberries is they're full of fiber and natural sugars, and that's going to help you balance your blood sugar. I mean, if you're going to get sugar in your meals, you might as well use natural sugars from the berries and from the orange juice and from the maple syrup. Ooh, it's starting to pop. Maple syrup. That way you're getting the extra fiber, the extra antioxidants, and that's going to help you regulate your blood sugar, especially during the holidays with all the extra sugary treats that we have around us all day. Okay, so my cranberries are starting to soften. They're starting to pop. I make this every year for my Thanksgiving and sometimes Christmas meals, and it's always a favorite. We just love this cranberry sauce. The citrus combined with the cranberries, so delicious. And as far as leftovers go, I love cranberry sauce leftovers. The recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of cinnamon as well, and I'll be adding that in just a minute. But if you wanted to make it your own, you could even add a half a teaspoon of nutmeg or even ginger. Ooh, and allspice. Allspice would be great as well. Don't worry about the thickness about this liquid in this sauce. It will thicken up as the cranberry sauce cools down. So you can see the cranberries are still pretty intact, but they are softening. You can even start helping this along by mashing it a little bit. That's usually what I do, is I just take my wooden spoon and start mashing it against the edges of the pot to help incorporate all of those yummy cranberry flavors in with the orange juice and the maple syrup. And if you really like your cranberry sauce to be less chunky and more smooth, you can even use an immersion blender and blend them up a little bit more as well. I personally like to see the cranberries mostly in the cranberry sauce, and this one's just about where I like to have it. I like to keep cooking it until the orange juice is now mostly like pink or a red color because of the cranberries that I've tried to mush against the side of the pot. And this is looking just about how I like it. Yeah, that looks good. All right, I'm going to take this down to low here, and I'm going to add a teaspoon of cinnamon. Give that a whirl, and it's done. Just like that. You're just going to want to let this sit now in the pot, let it cool down. Ooh, it got me. Let it cool down before it gets, before you put it in your serving dish. There it is. Looks delicious. Okay, now that the cranberry sauce is done and it is cooling off, now we're going to start on the cranberry hummus. So the first thing to do with this one is you're going to get a good small pot. You're going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of water and then half a cup of fresh cranberries. So here's my fresh cranberries that I pulled out of the previous bag before I made the sauce. We're just gonna simmer these cranberries until they start to pop, about 5 minutes on this one. I'm really excited about this cranberry hummus recipe. I think it's a great twist. You see lots of garlic hummus and roasted red bell pepper hummus. I've never really seen a cranberry hummus, so I'm really excited to share this recipe with you guys this holiday season. And this is going to be my lunch. Oh, okay, it's starting to pop. Ooh. So I'm just going to turn that off and let that cool down. And next, we'll just add all of the hummus ingredients into the food processor and process it until it's nice and smooth. Don't stop Don't hurt me. Okay, so while those cranberries are cooling down a little bit, we're going to go ahead and add all of the ingredients to the food processor. And remember, all of these recipes are in the Cranberry Cheer ebook download that you can get totally for free on healthyhermidlife.com. Okay, so here we go. We're going to add a can of chickpeas. I've already drained these, so I'm just going to throw them in. I have reserved the aquafaba, the liquid from the can, so you might need it, you might not. Okay, to that, we're going to add tahini. Now, I'm completely out of tahini, and when I went to the store, apparently they're completely out of tahini as well. So I am substituting today with sunflower seed spread. So if you're not a fan of tahini, you can give this a try. It's going to be very similar in flavor, a little more nutty, maybe not as intense. But we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of the sunflower seed or the tahini. And honestly, this is pretty much the same texture as well as tahini is. And this is also the only type of fat that we're adding to this recipe is the tahini or whatever nut spread you prefer. You could also probably use almond butter or cashew butter might be good for this as well. Next, we're going to add 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, and because it's going in a food processor, I'm just leaving them whole. My cloves are really small, so I'm definitely going with 3. And then the recipe calls for the juice or 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I don't measure out lemon juice. I just do the juice of 1 lemon. So we're going to go ahead and juice our lemon. And did you know a great way to reuse your leftover lemon if you're not going to do you're not going to use the rind for something is save this and put it in your garbage disposal and run your garbage disposal with this in your down there, and it'll freshen your sink and your whole kitchen will smell like fresh lemon juice, I promise. Okay, that's probably way more than 2 tablespoons, but I love lemon. So we are going to use 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. This is completely optional. You might want to try doing 1 tablespoon of maple syrup to see how the flavor tastes. And and a half a teaspoon of cumin. If you're not a fan of cumin, start with a quarter cup, or not a quarter cup, a quarter teaspoon, and see how you like it. I tend to like cumin, so I'm going to go with the full half a teaspoon. Now, I'm not going to put my aquafaba in quite yet because I want to see what the consistency looks like, but I am going to add those cranberries now. Okay, I did drain these cranberries so I didn't get any of that water in it. Just a little drop or 2 is okay. All right, let's try it. I don't even think I'm going to need that aquafaba. It looks pretty good. Give it a little bit of a taste. Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I definitely do not need the aquafaba. You can save that for another recipe. Yeah, look at that. So there is going to be some of the cranberry skin that isn't completely pulverized, but what a pretty color this is. And it has just a hint of the cranberry, has a little tartness from the cranberry, and I can definitely taste the sunflower seed flavor in there over the tahini. I'm just used to the tahini, but the sunflower seed flavor is really nice too. It gives a nice nuttiness to the flavor. Get out every last bit of this stuff because your family and your friends are going to want to gobble this up. And you need to save some for you too. Ta-da! Cranberry hummus. It's so good. Okay, the last recipe that I am going to show you today is a post-holiday cranberry sauce smoothie. This is going to take your leftover cranberry sauce and add some berries and a banana and some milk and maybe some flaxseed, or even if you have it, chia seeds, and blend it all up into a really yummy post-holiday Friday morning, right after you got through with your Black Friday shopping smoothie, or maybe before you head out to the stores smoothie. For this recipe, I have my handy Vitamix, and it's going to make everything just an easy way to put the smoothie together. This recipe is on page 6 of the Cranberry Cheer cookbook, Holiday Detox Cranberry Smoothie. I have 6 recipes in this cranberry ebook. Okay, the way I like to start my smoothies in my Vitamix is I always start with the liquid first, and I don't really measure too much, but the exact measurements are in the ebook. And I'm just gonna eyeball it. I like to put it right up until I can just see the top of the screw on my Vitamix. Next, I add a banana, and ideally this would be a frozen banana, but my banana is not frozen and it's not super ripe. It's pretty fresh, but it is yellow, so that'll work. Whole banana in there. To that, I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of flax meal because I like the extra omega-3. And my sauce has been cooled down, but like I said, this could be the day after Thanksgiving that you would be adding this in. You're gonna add about a half a cup or so, whatever to your liking. I figure about 4 scoops is gonna be a half a cup here. And then lastly, you're just gonna add whatever berries you like. I have a bag of mixed berries that also includes some cherries. So I'm gonna add about a half a cup of that, but I'm gonna eyeball it. And this is again frozen. If you didn't use a frozen banana, you might need extra ice as well. Okay, I think I'm gonna add some ice to mine and then blend it up and I will show you the results. Looks good. Okay, there you have it, ladies. We've got the cranberry sauce, we have the cranberry hummus, and now the cranberry smoothie. Mm-hmm. You get all of the holiday yumminess from the cranberry sauce, plus that banana in there, just makes it so like sweet but tart at the same time. The banana really has like the higher sugar value in there, so that is sweetening the smoothie. The cranberry sauce in there gives it the festive flavor, and then the extra berries in there gives it just a little bit extra sweet tart punch, a little 1-2 punch. So this is a great one for the morning after, especially if you have leftover cranberry sauce. So I hope you enjoyed those recipes. Let me know if you try them. I would love to hear how you enjoyed them or even how you customize them. And one more shameless plug for the Cranberry Cheer cookbook that you can get for free on healthyhermidlife.com. It includes these 3 recipes as well as 3 more recipes. One is a mocktail, one is a salsa, and one is a salad dressing. Have a great Thanksgiving holiday if you're in the United States and you celebrate it. Otherwise, enjoy the fall season and the winter season and the upcoming holidays with your friends and family. And be sure to bring one of these to your Friendsgiving table. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me grow on YouTube. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time on Healthy Her Midlife. No extra sugar.